With Burt Barron on the new Talk Radio 1450 WCTC, the voice of Central Jersey. From politics to entertainment, from social issues to lifestyles, from newsmakers to pop culture. If it's Jersey, it's on Jersey Central with Burt Barron, 732-545-9282. Or toll free at 888-545-9282.
8:38, we're back on Jersey Central on the new Talk Radio WCTC. We've got our need-to-know things coming up a little bit later on in this 8:30 half hour, but I want to welcome in my special guest who is joining me on the Raritan Bay Medical Center Jersey Newsmaker Hotline. She's a co-author of a brand new book, and she's also a licensed professional counselor who specializes in sexual assault and other traumas, and you heard Alman doing a feature on the news this morning dealing with that. The book is called No More Secrets, A Therapist's Guide to Group Work with Adult Survivors of Sexual Violence. And the book is going to be launched at Seton Hall University this coming Wednesday. So let's welcome in Denise Lang Grant, who is with us on WCTC. Hi, Denise. It's Burt Barron. Good morning. How are you?
Good morning, Bert, and thank you so much for your interest in this book.
It's unbelievable. This statistic that I saw absolutely floored me, that there is a new victim of sexual assault in the United States of America every 107 seconds. I can't believe that in this day and age this is still taking place.
Oh, it's not only taking place, but the statistics are horrible because 1 out of every 4 girls and 1 out of every 6 boys are sexually assaulted by the time they're 18 years old. 1 in 4 college women are assaulted or are victims of attempted assault, and 86% of women, 93% of teens, 97% of people with disabilities who are assaulted know their attackers. There are more than 39 million survivors of sexual abuse in America today, and it just keeps getting worse.
It's really horrendous when and people are put in that situation where it's like, well, you know what? If I go and tell on my aunt, my uncle, my brother, or whoever, my neighbor, whomever, then you put yourself in this situation that for the rest of your life you're going to have to deal with having told on someone, and the victims are put in such a difficult position, Denise.
You
They
know,
really are.
Sexual assault is the only felony crime in this country where the victim is the first one being judged and invalidated by the media, by some law enforcement, and definitely by the public. And I can't even tell you how many victims of incest and sexual abuse will come to us and say that when they finally did get up the courage to report, they were the ones that were blamed for breaking up the family. It's terrible.
Why do you think so many clinicians, and I know you do touch on this in the book
Hmm.
called No More Secrets, why are they so reluctant to tackle the topic of sexual assault? It seems like they bring it, someone will go to see them and talk about this awful event that happened in their history, and sometimes it's over a period of years. It could be prolonged events and prolonged episodes that have happened, but when they go to seek professional help, a lot of times the professional doesn't know how to deal with it. Why is that?
That's exactly right, because we haven't prepared them. And I want to say at the outset that most therapists want to heal. They want to help. They're in this business because they really have good hearts. But sexual assault is a very, very scary topic for all of us. Therapists are human like everyone else. So when they have a client that finally gets up their courage to disclose their sexual abuse or sexual assault, many of them who have not been trained panic. They think, I don't know enough on how to deal with this. So they tell the client, let's put that on hold, or it happened so long ago. Let's focus on your addiction. Let's focus on your eating disorder, your depression, your panic attacks, everything but the root cause of sexual assault and sexual abuse, which is the reason why my co-author, Irene Colucci-Labat, and I decided to put this book together.
Denise Lang Grant is our guest this morning here on Jersey Central, as you heard her say, co-author of the book called No More Secrets, A Therapist's Guide to Group Work with Adult Survivors of Sexual Violence, and the book is being launched at Seton Hall University this coming Wednesday. So that's pretty exciting stuff. Now, you mentioned, you gave me some statistics earlier, Denise.
Mm-hmm.
Let's go and talk about how many times this is unreported. Is that another large percentage of when this is never reported at all?
Oh, absolutely. Less than 30% of all sexual assaults are actually reported. Less than 30% of those are even prosecuted, and less than 2% are actually convicted. So when a rape survivor, when a sexual assault survivor actually gets up their courage to report, and it does take an awful lot of strength and courage to do that, they are then put through the mill. And in being questioned over and over again, having to talk about very intimate details, the peer pressure that occurs, especially if it's children, family members, things of that sort. Rape victims then take a step back and go, I can't do this anymore. I really need to just get on with my life. So as a result, those people who are predators, who are the offenders, are not prosecuted, then they go on to assault again and again and again and again. I think the statistic is somewhere around a predator will actually assault something like 30 people before he's actually reported.
What? 30
Yes.
people?
Mhm.
Oh, wow. So this book really kind of talks about the important conversation that people need to have with their therapist. And there's nothing wrong with seeking help for this, right? Of course.
No, actually, counseling really is the way to get to health again, because something like one third, at least one third, of all sexual assault survivors will develop post traumatic stress during their lifetime. This fractures the rest of their life. They go through guilt and nightmares and fear and anxiety and self blame and eating disorders and um, all kinds of addictions, feelings of betrayal, suicidal thoughts and feelings, all of this, and it does affect every aspect of their life. So I would encourage anyone who has been assaulted, who's listening today, or know who someone who has been assaulted, to please encourage them to report, if not to law enforcement, then to seek help. And again, this book is for therapists. This is for counselors who want to run groups. And as you can tell, there are so many people who do need the help. This book is the only thing like it on the market. It's a hands-on guide that will outline a 12-week psychoeducational group for therapists, for those who have been assaulted, and it will fit into every theoretical orientation. It tells them what to put on the board, what to say. It has the handouts. It's really done for them, as well as a crash course in Sexual Violence 101 in the first 3 chapters.
Very good. Now, the launch at Seton Hall coming up on Wednesday, is that the first opportunity for people to purchase it?
No, they can go to Amazon. They can go to Barnes and Noble. They could go to Balboa Press, which is a part of Hay House, and they can order the book online. So they can order it online, or they can come out to Seton Hall between 5 and 7. This launch is being held at the University Center Faculty Lounge, and we would love to see them.
Excellent. And how does someone contact you, Denise, about your private practice and your business?
They can go to dvlcounselingassociates.com, or they can reach me through that is my website for my private practice, or they can email me at dvlwords@gmail.com.
Terrific. Well, I appreciate your time this morning, and congratulations on the book. It sounds like you and your co-author are saying things that finally need to be said, and I think that's an important thing. So congratulations on this, and thank you for your time this morning, Denise, all right?
Thank you, and again, thank you so much for your interest. This was a great service to the community.
All right. Well, thank you very much for all you do as well. All right, Denise Lang Grant, my guest, a co-author of the book called No More Secrets, A Therapist's Guide to Group Work with Adult Survivors of Sexual Violence. It is being launched this Wednesday at Seton Hall University from 5 to 7. All right, it's going to be happening at the university there. She was my guest on the Raritan Bay Medical Center Jersey Newsmaker Hotline. Raritan Bay Medical Center, the home of 3D mammography,